Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Average, and in today's episode, it's going to be the beginning of a new mini series on Elysia JS. This is a backend TypeScript framework that was built natively with Bun. It's extremely fast and has a really good developer experience that I'm about to show you, and it delivers end-to-end type safety with almost no configuration at all. This is intended to be a pretty good alternative to things like Express or Fastify, being much faster than both of those. Let's get into it. Let's show off a little bit about what Elysia can do. So how do we set it up? Firstly, we are going to need Bun installed. If you don't have Bun installed and you're not sure how to do that, check out my video that I've made previously on setting up Bun. So let's actually get Elysia set up here. Let's head into an empty directory. You'll notice I'm on Ubuntu now, probably where I'm going to be doing primarily most of my videos. And if I right click here, I'm going to open up in my terminal, and inside of here, I'm just going to type in Bun create Elysia app, just like so. And of course, Bun will set it up all for us very easily. And we get this app folder, which we're going to head into. Not sure why these icons are so massive. Yeah, I have no idea why these icons are so massive, but that doesn't matter. We're just going to cd into our app, and I'm going to open it with VS Code here. So here we go. We got it open in VS Code, and I'm just going to show the project structure to begin with. As you guys can see here, we got a node modules as usual. We got an SRC, and inside of here, we're just going to have an index.ts where Elysia is set up. So as you can see, it's super minimal, very basic. Import Elysia from itself and create a new app where we're going to construct Elysia, and then we can chain on routes just like so. So we have .get and then slash, which is going to be the root directory. It's just going to say hello Elysia, and then we're going to listen on port 3000. So very, very simple stuff here. Easy little console.log here that's going to show where it's hosted using the app as its context there. Package.json, as you can see, we have two scripts. We have a test script, which has not been set up yet, and we got a dev script, which is the one that we're going to be using in a second here. So yeah, let's actually get it running. Let's open up our terminal. I'm going to trust the folder, and there we go. We got our terminal, and just type in bun dev like so. Bun dev is going to run Elysia, and it's going to run it in the watch mode. So when we make changes, it should be live. Just going to zoom that out a bit, and we're going to head over to our localhost 3000. As you can see, hello Elysia, and I can change this here and it will update live. So if I refresh, you'll notice that we get ASDD there. In today's video, I'm also going to show you guys how to add some basic routes as well. To do so, we just need to chain onto this new Elysia here. Underneath our .get route, we can add another .get, and we can say /average-dev, and then we need to give it a callback with a string value here. We can say subscribe to my channel. And then if I head over here to our local host and I do /average-dev, we'll get subscribe to my channel there. And the base route is also still implemented just like so. Chaining on another .get, we can also add routes like /user and then :id, which is going to be a slug. And inside of our callback, we can actually ask for a params value. And inside of our string, we can say user ID, and we can just plop in our params.id like so. Now, when I head over to our local host, if I do /user/1, you'll see /user ID 1. If I do 4, the same thing will occur. I can add on additional parameters if I want. Let's say I wanted to make a new route. We can do :password as well. So user ID params.id, make sure that it is params.id, and we can say password params.password, just like so. You'll notice as I'm typing, you can actually see the different fields, and that's because of Elysia's priority on type safety. Everything is very type safe and very focused on the developer experience, which I think is really amazing. You can even hover over params here and get the full type exactly as it should be expected from this route here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to stop our Elysia server here, and we're going to add OpenAPI with basically 2 lines of actual typing here. OpenAPI is a spec that a lot of different services and frameworks will actually use to get a type awareness of a project. So if I give an external service our OpenAPI spec for our API, it should be able to use our API and know exactly what values and types need to be passed in properly. What I can do here is I can say bun add and then @Elysia/OpenAPI, just like so. Once it's installed, getting it into your Elysia is as simple simple as saying .use OpenAPI and then close it off. We're going to need to import that as well, just like so. And let's run bun dev. Now, if we refresh, you'll notice nothing has really changed. We're still able to access our routes, but we also get access to this new route, which is OpenAPI JSON. And this is the OpenAPI spec for our API. You'll notice we get our root here, we get the method that's allowed, and then the operation ID for easy reference. For something with an actual type or parameters being passed in, we also get a parameters array with the name of it and what kind of type is required. And this is all generated automatically for you without having to really do much inside of Elysia to decorate it or show OpenAPI what it should be. If I get rid of the /JSON and just go to /OpenAPI, you'll notice this very nice web interface where we can actually see all of our different routes and we can see what needs to be passed into them. We can actually even test our API here as well, similar to something like Postman, or in the past I've used Bruno. So let's say for our ID here, we want to type in 123. We'll notice that we get the response right here super easily with all the response and request headers and everything else we'd need. There's even a very basic AI that you can ask questions about your own API, just like so. So I said, what is my API? And it's able to give us some details on it. Why don't we actually change this metadata here, Elysia documentation and version 0. Let's actually give it some information. Inside of our OpenAPI method, we can add curly braces to declare an object. And inside of here, we can say documentation. And that's also going to be an object with an info object inside. This is going to have 3 different fields. We can say title, and I'm just going to say average dev API. And if we refresh this, you'll notice that changes immediately. And info also requires a version. So let's add a version. We can say 0.1. When we refresh, we'll also get that. I'm going to add another 0 there. And then we can also give it a description. So we can say this is an API to demonstrate Elysia JS on YouTube at dev, just like so. And when we refresh, we also get that description right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are going to be a few more episodes of Elysia. Let me know what you think about Elysia in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and goodbye.